The president of the African Development Bank, Akinwumi Adesina, has been cleared of all allegations leveled against him. Hi, welcome to What's Trending. These are the top 10 stories now. At number 10, the Defense Headquarters has warned members of the armed forces against involvement in any act of disloyalty, mutiny, and unconstitutional acts. It also condemned a call by the national chairman of the National Democratic Party, Chidi Chukwuani, for the Rawlings treatment and action carried out in Ghana in 1979, where senior military officers were tried for corruption and subsequently executed by a firing squad, to be replicated in Nigeria in view of the raging corruption in the country. The DHQ released a statement saying it was not taking the call for granted as it was targeted at the military. It said the call was inciting and instigative, and the NDP chairman was calling for a combination of unpopular acts of insurrection and mutiny which cannot be taken for granted by the armed forces of Nigeria. At number 9, former Malaysian Prime Minister Najib Razak has been found guilty on 7 charges related to the 1MDB scandal, which saw billions of dollars of taxpayers' money funneled and embezzled out of Malaysia. Prosecutors accused Najib and his allies of using the sovereign wealth fund to bankroll their luxurious lifestyles and rig elections. A High Court judge found Najib guilty on all counts brought against him, listed as abuse of power, money laundering, and criminal breach of trust in the current trial, which relates to $10 million of funds which were deposited into his personal accounts from a former unit of the 1MDB. The former PM faces prison terms of up to 15 or 20 years for each charge, as well as hefty fines. At number 8, an Ekiti State High Court Ado Ekiti Division has sentenced a 30-year-old man, Ishau Gruma, to life imprisonment for raping a 6-year-old girl. The victim's father had reported the menacing crime to the authorities, saying that he was asleep when the defendant came to his house and used the opportunity to lure the girl into a nearby bush and forcibly had sex with his daughter. The court declared the statement of the victim's father, the medical report, the defendant's confession, and his request for forgiveness, as well as his direct and cogent statement, corroborate the fact that the prosecution had successfully proven without reasonable doubt the guilt of Gruma. At number 7, the Zamfara state government announced that it has commenced the distribution of over 5,000 rams and 993 cows to residents of the state for the celebration of the Eid el-Kabir Muslim festivals. The Director General of Media, Public Enlightenment and Communication to the government, Yusuf Idris, said the distribution is part of the relief programs of his principal in order to ensure that dividends of democracy are brought to the grassroots. Idris reported the distribution of animals for Muslim festivals has become a tradition in the state. At number 6, the Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, has released a statement reporting that the Buhari government has recovered looted funds in excess of 800 billion naira. He said the regime also recorded over 1,400 convictions. The minister announced this at a press conference in Abuja. He said, "The administration's fight against corruption is as strong as ever, and we have records to back up this claim. The administration has recorded over 1,400 convictions, including high-profile ones, and recovered funds in excess of 800 billion naira, not to talk of forfeiture of ill-gotten properties." At number 5, the suspended acting chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Ibrahim Magu, has announced his intention to face those accusing him of corruption and violation of public trust squarely henceforth. Magu's new resolve was contained in a press release by his legal representatives, Wahab Shitu. The embattled anti-corruption official denied having anything to do with recovered funds from the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation. According to Magu, the allegations against him border on matters that were never brought before the panel set up by President Muhammadu Buhari to probe the activities of the EFCC under him, and insisted that the allegations were prejudicial to the proceedings of the panel. At number 4, the United States has recorded more than 4.2 million coronavirus infections and 148,000 deaths since the pandemic began. And a leading expert says thousands more people could lose their lives in the coming months. The nation's top infectious disease expert, Anthony Fauci, has warned if the outbreak is not contained, there will be further suffering and further death. Nationwide, daily deaths exceeded 1,000 5 times in the past week, and in hospitals across several states, doctors report more incoming patients and maxed out ICUs. Despite the dangerous statistics, President Donald Trump has urged governors to be quicker about reopening states. At number 3, senators accused by the Minister of Niger Delta Affairs, Senator Godswill Akpabio, of collecting contracts from the Niger Delta Development Commission have denied the allegation and told the minister to stop deflecting attention from the demand to give an account of how the commission spent 81.5 billion naira. In separate reactions yesterday, the chairman of the Senate Committee on Niger Delta Affairs, Senator Peter Wambushi, and his predecessor, Senator James Manager, said they did not take any contract from NDDC between 2017 and 2019, as claimed by the minister. Wambushi, while reacting to Akpabio's allegation that he was awarded contracts for 53 NDDC projects, challenged the minister to send the list to anti-graft and other security agents if he can prove the allegation. At number 2, the federal government has declared Thursday, July 30th and Friday, July 31st, 2020 as public holidays to mark this year's Eid el-Kabir celebrations. The announcement was made by the Permanent Secretary of the Federal Ministry of Interior, Georgina Uheria. In the statement, the Minister of Interior, Ralph Aregbesola, while making the declaration on behalf of the federal government, congratulated Muslim faithfuls and all Nigerians both at home and abroad on the occasion. The minister, however, urged Nigerians to take responsibility against the spread of the virus by observing social distancing, personal and respiratory hygiene, as well as other regulations issued by relevant authorities. And finally, at number 1, the president of the African Development Bank, Akinwumi Adesina, has been cleared of all allegations leveled against him. The high-level independent panel set up to review the report of the Ethics Committee of the Board of Directors on the allegations made by whistleblowers against the president of the AFDB Group has exonerated the bank's president. Adesina was accused of unethical conduct, private gain, an impediment to efficiency, preferential treatment, and involvement in political activities by whistleblowers within the bank. However, the AFDB independent panel report that was released on July 27, 2020 has completely exonerated the bank's president. Always remember to wear your mask, wash your hands, and stay safe. That's all for today. See you next time on What's Happening.